In the spring of 2000, Drew Jackson's 6th grade class at Brook Hill Elementary School created a very special quilt that took a 2-year journey to the other side of the world.
First, every student in the class made a heart drawing of some flowers. Then, once they were done on paper, then I took some muslin, which is cotton muslin, and then each student quilted around their drawing in the shape of a heart. So the whole quilt was a heart, and then within that was all hearts and with little flowers inside there. The quilt that we were going to make that was going to be hearts and flowers in the shape of a heart was supposed to go to Kosovo. So I called Drew at home, and I don't think I'd ever called him at home before. And I said, I just got a message. And he goes, what? And I said, it's about our quilt. And he goes, well, what about it? What do you mean you got a message? And so I told him, when we make it, we're supposed to send it to an elementary school in Kosovo.
I didn't like the idea at first at all. I wanted to keep it. I wanted it up on the wall. I wanted to show everybody. But really looking at it and kind of stepping back away from it and seeing where it could be the best thing to do, the right thing to do, turned out to be the most exciting thing to do and most interesting thing to do. I went on the internet and I started doing searches for Kosovo and information on Kosovo, and I probably sent about 20 or 30 different emails to different people before I finally got somebody who responded and said they thought they could help us out. It ended up being a man that ran a website called EducWeb that's based in France. It was mostly written in French, and he had just had contact with somebody by the name of Jill Sequeira, who was a social studies teacher in Holmdel, New Jersey. They had just come back from Kosovo. He kind of got in touch with her, she got in touch with me, and then she connected me with the Army, and then from there it went to Kosovo. Once it got delivered, then all the email communication kind of stopped. It was at the time when there was a bunch of troops leaving the country and new troops coming in, so I kind of lost contact with the person that ultimately delivered it. I sent blanket emails to all the officers that had to do with public affairs over there, and that's when I got an email back from Sergeant Camp, who said he would help us try to find it. And so it turned into what he called his quilt quest, to try to find out what happened to our quilt. He had to go through a whole cabinet of hundreds of videotapes trying to find it, where they weren't marked very well. And so one of the emails he sent basically asked if our quilt was heart-shaped, and he said, did you send a book with it that said "To Kosovo with Love"? I remember I got goosebumps when I got that email, because I don't imagine too many things could have gotten delivered there that said that. So that's when he said, I found the tape. It just showed up on, actually it happened to be, of all things, an open house. On May 14th it finally showed up, almost exactly 2 years after starting the project. Once I saw the videotape, it was kind of like, now I can kind of put it to rest. It actually did get there.
It was the sweetest quilt I've ever made. I know that all over the world people are quilting, and all over the world people are singing and writing and drawing and sending gifts back and forth to heal and inspire one another. And I just think it's what we're supposed to be doing with our time and energy.
I don't usually have projects that go on for 2 years, but this is one of them, I guess.